right, everybody. Hope all of y'all had a good Thanksgiving / Turkey Day, and I hope y'all ate way too much because I know I did. Ugh, miserable. Anyhow, back to work. Here we go. The bar rust is all cured just fine. And the next step is I'm going to be taking 36 grit and I'm just going to be sanding all these places by hand. Really all that's needed is a good quick scratch, and one thing you do not want to do is burn through the bar rust and into the pre-prime 167. So just real quick, I'm going to show you this one little spot, and then I'm going to time lapse and get the hand sand and everything else. So here we go, just like this. And now this spot is ready for AWLFAIR. So just to kind of show you, that's all we're looking for. The AWLFAIR is going to stick just fine. Even though the bar rust had 3 or 4 days to cure, it is still green. And sanding it like this, you'll not only get a mechanical bond, but we're also going to achieve a chemical bond as well. And on the first go of AWLFAIR, I'm going to pull it really tight, make sure it shoves into all the low spots, and I'm going to allow that to tack up for about 4 hours, and then I'm going to come right back over it and put on a heavier coat of AWLFAIR, and then those 2 layers will chemical bond as well. So anyhow, this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to show y'all how I do it, but for the time being, I'm going to time lapse and get everything sanded and ready. So I'll catch y'all when we get to AWLFAIR in time. All right, everybody, here it is, AWLFAIR time. So yesterday when I was doing all the sanding, I had a glitch with my cell phone, and the whole time I was sanding, I thought it was recording. Well, it wasn't recording, but that's okay because y'all saw me do that little spot, show you how I do it, show you what it is that you're looking for. So anyhow, that was a missed time lapse section, and I'm just not going to worry about it. And so now here we are, AWLFAIR time. As always, this is my #1 preferred filler, glaze and putty, whatever you want to call it. This is what I like to use. It's flexible, it doesn't crack, and well, it's a 2-part epoxy and it's a fairing compound. Now this is a 1-to-1 mix, and when mixing this up, you want to make sure that when you're done mixing, it is all one uniform color. It's like a light pinkish, and well, once you achieve that and you don't see any white strands or red strands in your mix, well, you're good to go and you can begin applying it. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix this real quick. I'm gonna do a time lapse status, and then I'll jump in with y'all showing you how to fair out the first spot, and then I'm gonna get to putting pink polka dots all over the boat. So here we go. All right, everybody, it's mixed up, and that's what we're looking for, just one uniform color. Now we have some working time with this stuff, so there's no need to rush when doing this part of the process. So with that being said, let's get to the first spot and let's start spreading the pink stuff. All right, here's the first spot. This is the spot I showed y'all yesterday, me doing my quick sand. So when applying this, especially on the first coat, nice and tight is the key. So I like to go up one direction, and then I'll come down tight. Make sure you shove it in there. And now I'm gonna go up one more time. And that's what we're looking for. I'm gonna do this to every gray spot on the boat just to show you, you know. It's pretty simple. So anyhow, I'm gonna time lapse this, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give it a couple hours, let it tack up, and then I'm gonna float a full heavy coat on there. And the juices in the AWLFAIR will seep into that first layer, and it'll give it a good chemical bond, while this is having a mechanical and chemical bond to the Bar Rust 235. So anyhow, this is the best way I know to show it to y'all. And well, yeah, let's put pink spots on the boat. All right. All right, everybody, the first application of AWLFAIR is done. That took a bit longer than I thought it would, but hey, we got pink spots all over the boat, port, starboard, and bow. So, you know, it's the end of the day, and I thought that this was gonna go a bit quicker and I'd be able to float the second coat on, but now that's gonna be tomorrow's task. The temperature is gonna drop in the building tonight, so all the places that I applied the AWLFAIR will still be right tacky and green in the morning, and I'll be able to easily float a heavy second coat on there. So with that being said, that's gonna wrap today up. It was a pretty productive day and physical. And yeah, I'll catch y'all tomorrow when I start on the second application. All right, later. All right, fellas, day 2. Second application of AWLFAIR. Now, this is still tacky and green, so no sanding needed. It's gonna stick just fine, but what I'm gonna do now is glaze it real tight, make sure I get AWLFAIR shoved into the last little bits of porousness and whatnot, and then I'm gonna float a heavy coat on there. So this is how we're gonna do it. Tight. All right, now I'm going to float it on there. Let the knife glide right across it. Just like so. All right. Now I'm gonna go around and do this to every pink spot on the boat. And once this cures, well, then it's the physical part, torture board time. And I'll hit everything once with 40 grit with the torture board, and then I'll glaze it out tight again, and then torture board that with 80 grit, and then it'll be caught up with the rest of the hull. I'll spot prime these places, and then prime the entire hull. So, anyhow, here goes for day 2 of the physical workout, and let's get it done, all right? right, everybody, that's a wrap. Another productive day. Second application of AWLFAIR is complete, and this is what we're looking for. So the next step is I'll come in with the torture board and 40 grit and just block sand everything. It's extremely physical and it is time consuming. And well, it's called a torture board for a reason, but y'all will see what I'm talking about when I get to doing it. So anyhow, with that being said, we're steadily making good progress, and fingers crossed I can have the entire haul 545 by the end of next week. So yeah, with that being said, I'll catch y'all tomorrow. All right, everybody, here we are, torture board time. I got 40 grit hook it on here. This is just a, a Farron board, and it's flexible, so it's what we want. But we all call these torture boards because, well, they torture your body. Anyhow, this is going to be a long process. So again, we're back at this spot. I'm going to show you the proper way to use this thing, and then I'll get the torture board and the rest of the haul. So it's just like this. Yeah, it'll work you. So I still have a little bit more to sand, but just to show you, this is what we're looking for. That's nice and smooth. That's gonna be just fine. So, obviously this is gonna be a long physical process, but that's how we do it. So, I'm gonna get the torture boarding and I'll catch y'all soon. All right, everybody. Whew. This is really working me out, but I believe this process is going to be too long to add into this episode. So quite a few of the places I've torture boarded out, they don't need no more Farron. It came out just fine. And there's a couple places that I'll need to glaze out one more time. But I'm going to include all that in the next episode with the sanding and priming and catching it up to speed. So with that being said, I'm gonna get back to getting big, and yeah, I hope this episode helped y'all somewhat, and well, just keep following and we'll see this whole thing through. So with that being said, catch y'all on the next one. All right.